All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Has everybody had a good week this week? Yeah, yeah. Hope so. Hope so. Good turnout for a rainy day. Y'all are just always just good and ready to be here. So we're thankful for that. And as Pastor John says, it's not just me and him. So that's good. But anyway, welcome. We're glad that you're here. If you're visiting with us, we hope you've been made to feel welcome. If not, let us know, and we'll make sure that happens. So, but anyway, welcome to you online. Hope you can see us. Let us know if not. And we didn't have any internet this morning, first thing. So anyway, got it back up and running. So we're good to go. We just hope that it stays on. So anyway, all right. Let me go to our birthdays. We just have a few this week. On Saturday the 17th, all the way at the end of the week, is Miss Elise Hodge. I don't see them this morning. So, but happy birthday on Saturday, as well as Darcy Wolf on Saturday. There she is, the 17th. So happy birthday, Darcy. Official teenager. 13, Mr. Ron. 13. Yeah. Can y'all believe it? Yeah, yes. And then on Sunday, it's Pastor John's youngest and Miss Kit's youngest, Miss Haverly Shields. So happy birthday to Miss. How old is she going to be, brother? 24. Okay, right on. So happy birthday to Haverly next Sunday. So any other ones that I've missed for birthdays? If not, please let me know. Just you got my information on the back. Keep me updated on those, please. I would appreciate it. Tonight we will be at Laser X, and I need to make a big apology. I've got a wrong time in there. That's my fault. Don't come till 6 o'clock, please. Don't show up at 5, because I'll be there probably setting up maybe. So wait till about 6 o'clock to come. So, but that was my mistake. Yeah. So don't come at 5 o'clock. Come at 6. Come at 6. Unless you're really a late person, then maybe come at 5 and you'll be there at 6. So that's the way we usually roll. But anyway, tonight, Laser X. I know we've got about 10 pounds of taco meat coming. And then I know we've got some chili coming and quite a few things coming. So, but that's a church-wide invitation. So y'all just come. You don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to come at 6 o'clock. You can come at 7 and play a game of laser tag and leave. And so, but anyway, just come and hang out if you can. And we'll look forward to that. And remember, somebody in red is going to win tonight. I think that's all that I have, brother. I'm gonna turn it over to you. I know you got a lot, brother. Good morning.
See, thank you so much for being here this morning. It's always a pleasure to be back together. We're not together enough. And so it's good to be in the Lord's house on the Lord's day with God's people. Because we're not together all the time, when we are together, we do have to take a few minutes to put some information out there, some announcements. We try to keep you updated as much as possible through Flocknote. So I confused you guys this week, and I apologize. I could tell by some of your responses. And so let me just give you a 30-second. Flocknote is just a computer program that's used for mass communication. It's actually a Catholic program but obviously anyone can use it per communication. So we chose to use that several years ago. And so we can mass email, mass text, and so this is a very user-friendly company. It's owned by the employees, and so they are just really striving to be better all the time. And so one of the things that they did, and they sent out a message this week, and they said, look, we've added these services to Flocknote other than what you're already doing. You can have more family information you can keep in your database, and you can give online. All of that was simple. You can give text to give, all those sorts of things. Now that's not in addition, and I had some questions, that's not in addition to our web page, and if you're set up to give monthly on our web page and all, that's just leave all that alone. This is just another means to simplify it in a moment's notice. One day you're at lunch and you're talking to somebody and they say, you know what, I'm really feeling led to give the gathering $10,000. Before you forget it, you can say, well, look, right here, you can text to give, right here. We can do that right now. And so, before that gets out of their mind. So that's what that is. We're not compiling information on you to hold against you, right? But it's just another way that helps us keep up with stuff a little more accurately. If you, by chance, are not getting text or emails, you just need to let me or Shannon know. Or you always have the option, if you don't want to get either, there's this thing on there, watch, every time you get it, you can hit stop. And you won't get any more gathering information. If you just one day say, I've had enough. I've just had enough. John, quit sending me stuff. Just hit stop and you'll be in the dark. So, the second thing is, and we are delayed in this, and it's my apology for that, the elder team. Tis the season. It's just something that we have to do in terms of our bylaws, etc. We have to have a budget, and our new deacon team. We had, I think, at least 3 or 4 deacons rotated off or needed to come off for different reasons. And we greatly appreciate everyone who has and does serve in that capacity. It meets a real need. So when you leave today, you're going to get that information about deacons and 2024 budget. If you have any questions at all, do not call me or Shannon, okay? Call Scott Lewandowski or Sam Lynch. They will answer your questions, all things related to the finances of the church, okay? They handle that piece of it for us, and we greatly appreciate that. So that, when you leave today, you'll make sure you pick one of these up. I printed out enough for 1 per family. It's 2 pages, so, or 1 per individual. So if it's just you, so make sure you do that. Second thing is, I just bought 15 copies just to make it easier and cheaper. This is about half price today, $15 a book. This is David Jeremiah's new book called The Great Disappearance. I highly recommend it. It's a very easy read, and so if you would like one of those, these are $15 for what's left. If we sell out and enough people tell me you would like one, then I'll order more at this discounted price. I think retail they're about $29. So this is about half price, $15 if you get it. Really encourage you to do that and read it. Some really valuable information that is in there. Also, when you came in today, you should have picked up, in addition to your scary pack of notes, back and front back on the Lenten season, which begins Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday, which is hard to believe, which is Valentine's Day as well. And okay, don't forget that, all right? Whatever you do, don't forget that. That's Wednesday, but Ash Wednesday, the beginning of the Lent season of Lent, what that all means and some background of that. If you are not familiar with it, if that's not part of your tradition, you can pick that up on your way out if you didn't pick it up on the way in. So I've got that budget, Lent's flock note. Oh, Bloom. Ladies, tomorrow night at 6:15, the monthly meeting here. And the service project is Mary's House. You're familiar with that. You've done that in the past. And immediately following the service, ladies, my wife would like to, all of the ladies, if you could assemble right over here. She's got something that she wants to say just right over here in front of the altar. That would be really good. And so, ladies, if you are a first-timer or a no-timer, now is the time. Get on board with that if you can. In this new year, you will find that it is a great blessing to your life. Also, you see, I have to make myself notes. Do y'all have to do that? Addie is going to come, and while she's coming, I want to mention this to you. So this is a little bit of an awkward thing for me and for Shannon, for our spouses, because of these are our children. But I'm very excited about this. That for the last couple years, a number of our kids God has given them what we call a go heart. And we understand that's not, if your child doesn't do that, that's not to throw anybody under the bus. That's just to say that in the grace of God, we're grateful that they got that go bug. And so this summer, coming up in May and June, 3 of our kids from the gathering that I'm aware of, if there's anyone else, please let us know. Addie being one of them, and she's the only one here today to be able to tell us about her trip. But Jessica Pascal is also, I put that on Facebook. You can talk to Julie about how to connect with her to help her fund that trip. What did I say? I didn't say. Ecuador, thank you, Addie. She's going down to Ecuador. We've been before. Addie was there for a couple months last summer. She's going to be there working in that trafficking community, which, as you can imagine, a lot of upheaval in that region of the world. So we want to support prayerfully and financially Jessica Pascal. She's finishes her semester at Liberty and then heads off to Ecuador. Our youngest, Haverly, that was just mentioned, her birthday is coming up. Haverly is headed to Thailand at the end of May into June with her church for a couple of weeks also. Thailand, she's going to be there for that. And then Addie can speak for herself. Go, Addie.
Okay, awesome. Okay, good morning, everybody. It's good to see everyone and to be back today from school. So I'm super excited. As you can see, I'm going to Vietnam this summer. Woohoo! So if you go to the next one, we have on the map. Hold on, y'all. It's coming. Well, as you can see, Vietnam's super pretty. That was just a picture I found, but I really liked the boats because I like boats. But anyway.
So, what are you going to be doing there? Pick up pictures. Oh.
I have pictures to explain what I'm doing, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. Anyway, school update. School's been going really well, so that's good. I really like my classes and everything. Everybody at school is doing well. Bella, Jessica, Lily, everyone's good. Hold on.
We'll come back to the slides.
Okay, anyway, we'll get started. Okay, so I had a map of showing where Vietnam is, but it's in Asia, so China's up here. It's right down beside Cambodia and Laos. And so, let's see. So I'm going with an organization called ELIC, which stands for English Language Institute China. That's the name because they started, here we go, here's our map. So that's where I'm going, right there. Okay, we can go to the next one now. Okay, so ELIC, so this is a super cool organization. So they started off in China, which is why that's in their name, but they've actually gone to a lot of other countries within the 1040 window. So they're in everywhere from Morocco and Jordan and Iran, all over there, but also a lot in Asia with Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, and China. And so this summer I'm going with them to Vietnam. So as you can see, they teach. It's an education, English education. And I know what y'all are thinking, Addie, I thought you wanted to do medicine. I do. That's still what I feel like the Lord has for me. But I also have really seen the impact that education has on communities. And so with ELIC and the partnerships that they've made in these countries, we not only get to teach, but we also get to share the gospel, which is really difficult in some of the countries that we're in, which is one of the reasons why I love this organization so much. So I've worked with them for almost 2 years now. So I started off as a volunteer, as a student ambassador my freshman year, and then they actually asked me to do the internship this year, so I'm a global mobilizer with them right now. They're actually the ones I went to Colorado with last summer. And so then now I'm finally getting to go on a trip. And so it's super exciting to see ELIC and all the different aspects of, volunteer to intern to now getting to serve with them. And so I will get to work with high school and college students. Every day I will have training. So thankfully with ELIC, you don't have to have a degree in education, which is super cool too. So they do a really excellent job of training their teachers, and so that's why we're in so many countries and why we're actually invited by a lot, which is really cool. And then I'll also get to work with long-term teachers, which will be super awesome just to learn from them, but also give them a little bit of a break of the pressure's not all on them to teach. We're there to assist them, which is super cool. And then like we'll get to do a couple of like event or touristy kind of things just to get used to it. But we'll be staying in an apartment, and yeah. So let's see what else. I'll be going from the tentative dates are June 12th through July 14th. So we're still trying to like confirm those for sure, but it should be around that time. So it's about a month that I'll get to be there, which is super cool. So I'm really excited to get to know the students, but also to get to know the teachers as well, both the ones our long-term teachers, but also just the ones that work in the school that I'll be working in. So really exciting to see what the Lord is going to do this summer. And yeah, so if y'all would like to definitely assist with prayer, but if you're interested in assisting financially as well and partnering with me through this, there's like little donation card things over there, as well as like community guidelines if you want to like reach out to me while I'm there and communicate with me, just because it is kind of one of our more secure countries. So if you want to pick that up over there, there's also a way to do it online if you just go to ELIC.org. It's kind of up there, and I can give you my code and everything. But at the end of the day, I really just want like prayer support. So I appreciate y'all letting me come and share. And
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing excites us more than to see our students who've come through the youth group, and come through student ministry, who not only are a witness here locally, but have a heart to go internationally. And we've got to have people, the next generation, coming behind us to be able to do that. And as some of us old guys start aging out, we need the next generation here to pick it up. And so we're grateful for that, Addie, and we will support you financially and prayerfully, these girls as they head out in the late spring. So thank you. Welcome. Isn't that exciting? I mean, it really is exciting to see that, and that what God is up to. I also want to mention, as we just prepare for service now and begin with prayer, a lot of you know that Ann Forbes, Mike and Ann, who are typically here, fell and had surgery this week, and it's complicated with her because of her Parkinson's that she deals with. And so Mike told me this morning that hopefully she will be going into rehab tomorrow. So we really want to pray for Mike and Ann. It's been a very difficult week for them, as you can imagine. And also Steve Hughes, Steve and Juanita, a lot of you know that not only, of course, have they gone through the deep heartache and tragedy of losing their son, but Steve's only brother, Ron, who a number of us know personally over the years, lives up in Withfield, Virginia. He passed away this week as well. Steve's only brother, and so it's just really tough, really tough. Really thankful. Ron was the real deal. He had a heart for the things of God, and so he's not dead. We're grateful that he's very much alive in the presence of God. But it creates a huge void here on earth. We are the ones that grieve, not the ones that go on. So we want to remember that. There are others that we have people that I don't say from here. It's not that we don't care. It's just that they don't want it over the airways. And I'm aware of it. I'm aware of some things that's going on in people's lives, medically and otherwise, but I don't say it publicly when I'm up here. They prefer me keep it kind of close. And so I do that and respect that. So if you ever tell me something that and you don't want it public, just tell me, and I'll just keep it that way. All right? Yeah. So thank you for being here this morning. We are in an interesting time, and I've chosen this Sunday as the beginning. We got 7 weeks before Palm Sunday and Holy Week and Easter Sunday, but I don't like to wait till the week before. I like to get a jump start. Let's start talking about all that and its relevance, and so we're going to start that today. And I just appreciate you being here. After last Sunday, I don't know what I said, but you came back. So anyway, thank you. Lord, prepare our hearts this morning. We're so apt to wander. We're so apt to leave the God we love. Draw us back to you this morning. I pray, God, that you would just give us a real eternal perspective today on life and death and all that means, that we will begin to be very, very intentional and focused on the season of Lent, a time of reflection, a time of reconsidering the greatest thing in the history of the universe. God, that you came, lived, and died so that we could live, and rose from the grave. You defeated death, and you've gone to prepare a place for us. And there's nothing greater than living with that assurance. So we ask you, Lord, that through the power of your word, which is living and active, sharper than a two-edged sword, and we'll combine your word with your Holy Spirit, Lord, I pray that you would just begin to do such a deep work in all of our lives and our minds, that not only would help us, but it would motivate us and provoke us to be more proactive prayerfully, and then in reaching people, other people, with the gospel. We're dealing literally with life and death issues. And so before I forget, that I meant to mention last week is that, I don't think I told you, I may have, just on the short flight from Raleigh to Newark last week before last, whenever that was, I noticed in the seat right in front of us was a young man in the middle seat and two young sons on either side that were Jews. And they had on their yarmulkes, and just a really nice young family. And so when we landed, when we stood up, I asked him, I said, hey, because